Hello guys, Andrew Gamer GTA Ray with another video. Today, in RDR2, I am going to be doing a video, an experiment video, to see what happens if I literally stay in camp for an entire in-game day in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I have seen people do this before. They have varied results. Sometimes Dutch gets pissed off, or Susan gets pissed off because, well, you're being a lazy son of a gun, especially if we don't do any of the chores. So I'm not going to be doing any of the chores. I'm not going to donate any money to the camp box. Not that I can anyway, because I only have $6 in my wallet. But basically, we're going to stay in camp and we're not going to leave. Just to see what happens. We're not going to leave for any reason. We're not going to leave for food. We're not going to leave for money, aka Tahiti. We're not going to go to Tahiti, Dutch, I promise. But we are going to just stay in camp again, just to see what happens. Like, I've seen people do this kind of experiment before in RDR2 2, where they just stay in camp, and they do get varied results. But I'm just doing my own. So we're just going to see what happens. We're just going to sit right here for the time being to see what happens. This is going to be an unedited video, just for the record, just to see what exactly happens. As you can see, Dutch is just standing there. I thought that was Susan at first, but that's Abigail. Okay. Also, there's another thing that I've been wanting to see, because I wonder if you don't reply to your gang members, like, I wonder if you don't reply to them. I wonder at some point will they just question Arthur's sanity. Like, I just wonder, like, if you never respond to them, whether greeting or antagonizing. I wonder if they just start questioning your sanity. Like, I'm very curious to see what kind of stuff happens, because do keep in mind that because we're in camp, the time of day is going to be really slowed. Because Rockstar designed it to where if you stay in camp, time moves very slowly, as you can see. Like, look at that, 9:43. So we're gonna see what happens here, because like I said, I am very curious. Like I said, now we are having a high honor thing here too, so any type of thing that could happen with low honor we're not going to see here, because I am with high honor. I do mostly play with high honor in Red Dead 2. Like I said in my past Red Dead 2 videos, I am mostly a high honor player. I do sometimes play with low honor, but this is not one of those times. So again, we're just going to see what happens. So far, not much has happened. Dutch is just standing there, being the charismatic man he is, and being the sweet, sexy leader. I don't even know why I use that terminology. Please don't take that out of context, please. I like Dutch. I know people are going to disagree with me on that, because he is one of the main antagonists. One of the main antagonists in Red Dead 2, and Red Dead 1 too, of course. But he's way better than Micah, aka the damn rat. He's actually not here too, thank God. Thank God he's not here. I'd be pissed off if he was, but he's not. There's Jose directly above me, yeah. Ahead of me, not above me. What am I even saying, dude? So far, not much has happened. I have seen that when you stay in camp for long enough, specifically Susan and Dutch will get mad, and they will get irritated if you, as Arthur, stay in the camp for a long period of time. So let's just see what happens. And if you just sit around too, like they get pissed off if you just sit around without doing any chores. So Dutch hasn't really done anything. He's just been staying there the entire time. I want to acknowledge that right now. He's just. Can we acknowledge that Dutch is being even lazier than I am, and he's the fucking leader of the freaking gang? I mean, seriously, like, bro. I mean, to be fair, Arthur is literally like the underboss. So we are the underboss directly below him in terms of rank, but still, come on, man. And Jose is kind of like there, right there too. He's the third one in line. So yeah. Come on. As you can see, not much time has passed. As you can see, it's only 10:17 a.m. So it is going rather slow. By now, if we were out of camp, it would probably be at least 12 p.m. because time goes by much faster if you're out of camp. But I'm not. I'm still in camp, and as you can see, time is going by pretty slowly here. I think the same happens when you're in Beecher's Hope, when you're playing in the epilogue as John Marston. But I'm not sure. We may have to do that test too. Stay in Beecher's Hope for a long time, for a long period of time without leaving. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference though, because that's like you started a life there as John, so I don't think Abigail's going to get real mad at you if you just stay at Ranch all day. So I don't think anything real bad's going to happen. But here's different because this is before all of that happens. So we'll just see what happens here. Because like I said, I'm very curious if Arthur just stays in camp all day. I just want to see what happens. I know he's going to get scolded. We're going to get scolded eventually here. I just don't know when and by who at first. I mean, I have to guess Dutch because I mean that is a voice crack. Oh my god. Was that an actual voice crack? Or am I tripping? It's kind of ironic that Dutch and Susan just talked a little bit there, and I was just talking about being scolded by them. How ironic. Now, we do have a low food score as well. Like, we have a very, very, very critical low food. So Pearson could also come up and scold us for having low food, but, eh. That's very possible, but where even is Pearson? Okay, we're gonna look for Pearson. Where is Pearson? He's not over here. This is his station. This is his station, so where is he? Pearson? Oh, there's Pearson. Okay. He was probably just taking a break. Okay, why were you just storming up to me like that there, Dutch? He was just kind of storming up to me. You saw that? Like, he just did like that little shuffle walk towards me and then he just stopped. What was that for? Dutch, were you trying to freaking jump scare me or something? What is... You're not gonna turn this into damn Phasmophobia or fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? Dude. Dutch really thought he could jump scare me? Well, think again. Dude, he was trying to jump scare me but failed miserably. Like, dude. Now, this video is going to be longer. I just want to just point that out. But again, we're just going to see what happens. Now, this could play out differently with low honor. I'm not sure. But for now, this is high honor, so we're just going to see what happens with high honor first. I might do this test again, or this little experiment again with low honor in the future, but I'm not sure if they'll make much of a difference. So, again, high honor for now, and if there is something that happens here, I will do a low honor experiment in the future and do like a retest of this to see if there's any differences, because, like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to get much activity here. I mean, surely here in a little bit, I mean, people are going to get pissed off. I mean, not once has Pearson, Susan, or Dutch have scolded me yet, and I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Uh, Also, it is a very sunny day. Can we mention that? Oh, it's actually foggy. Never mind. Well, it is. I think it's beginning to clear up. Fog and it's beginning to clear up. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, well that was the biggest karma slap in my face. Now it looks like it's gonna rain. Wow. That was the biggest karma slap I've ever had. Again, surely by now, like, people would just get on to me right now, because, like, I'm literally just sitting here. I'm being lazy. So, like... Okay, I see Susan, I see Pearson, and I also see Dutch. All three of them are my view right now. That's perfect. We got Dutch to the left, we got Susan in the middle, and then we got Pearson right there, right next to her. So, again, this is kind of crazy, because we have all three main game members that actually interact with you. So that's kind of great. I mean, all game members do interact with you at some point, but only for a special event or after certain missions. So, yeah. But Dutch, Susan, and I believe Pearson don't follow this rule. As long as you have critical food, I think Pearson can also come to scold you from time to time from lack of food. So I guess we'll go ahead and see if that's true or not. Pearson is now... Okay, no, Pearson's there. Okay, never mind. He just kind of blended in with the dang wagon there. Strauss's wagon. Again, I have Pearson, Susan, and Dutch in my view right now. So let's keep it like this for now to see if any of them stop what they're doing, to see if they come over here to me and scold me or ask as to why I'm being lazy and if I'm not leaving the camp. So, like, this is kind of... This is actually perfect. I'm not going to turn my camera until I have to. Oh, dude, this is so great. This couldn't be any more perfect, by the way. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know this is kind of boring, but just to see what happens is very, very cool. And, well, very interesting, I should say. Also, it got it went from sunny to very, very stormy looking quite fast. This is something I would have expected for low honor, because weather like this tends to happen with low honor more, so seeing it happen with high honor like this is kind of surprising. Whoa. Again, I'm not doing camp chores either. I mean, I could do camp chores to pass the time, but then we might not get scolded as much. Again, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything to help the gang. So we're not going to do the chores. We're not going to donate money. We're not going to leave the camp for any means for an entire day and just see what happens. Again, those are the rules. We cannot do chores. We cannot donate to the box. And we cannot leave the camp for any reason. So, again, let's just see what happens. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm kind of curious to just see what happens here. All three of them are still in my sight right now. Again, Dutch to the left, we got Susan right here in the middle, and we have Pearson right here on the right. He's chopping the meat. Well, that is what he does. He is the fucking camp cook, so... Dang, Susan's impatient. Susan, be more patient. He's literally just chopping the meat up for cooking it, dude. Like, give Pearson some time to prepare it, dude. You can't eat it raw. He needs to cook it first. Oh, dude. Pearson is one of my favorite characters in Red Dead 2. And I am so happy that he's actually one of the gang members that survived the events of Red Dead 2 and Red Dead 1. Because I'm pretty sure it is confirmed that he does live. He is alive, and he actually does start like a little family because he owns the Rhodes general store after the events of the story in chapter 2, or not chapter 2, chapter 6. After chapter 6, when Arthur sadly dies, Pearson will he will buy out the Rhodes General Store, and you can visit there while playing as John, and you can actually see him and talk to him, which is actually pretty nice. And it's a pretty cool detail. I'm glad Rockstar did this because Pearson is one of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite game members as well, and I'm glad he survives because he's really cool. Okay, it's officially noon. It is literally noon right now, so let's go ahead and see what happens. It's literally half past a day. So come on, someone's bound to scold me. Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, if I'm being honest. And Pearson's out of my sight now. I don't see him. I think that's John over there, so... Is that John? I can't tell if that's John. I don't think it... I think it is. I think that's John over there, so that's not Pearson. Although Pearson could have changed clothes, because game members do periodically change clothes. So I guess we'll see if he does. Which that is a cool detail I have to appreciate Rockstar for, is the fact that gang members do change clothes periodically. They don't wear the same clothes constantly. And this is definitely more noticeable on Dutch, but every gang member does change clothes, which is pretty nice. I'm just surprised no one has questioned my sanity at this point. I mean, the sun is way up high now, and it's literally noon, and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. You would think Rockstar would have, like, the game would just, like, you would think right now the game would just punch me and deduct my honor just for being lazy. I'm just sitting here not doing anything contributing to the fucking game. So you would think that the game would punish me and make me lose honor for just sitting here and doing nothing. I mean, that would be logical in my opinion. Just sitting here and doing nothing, not helping the gang at all. You would periodically lose honor. Like, again, that makes logical sense to me. I'm surprised it's not a mechanic without mods, at least. Maybe in Red Dead 3. If Red Dead 3 actually... If Rockstar makes it to where Red Dead Redemption 3 does reintroduce honor. Which I don't know. I don't see no reason not to reintroduce it in Red Dead 3. It wouldn't make any sense. And they better add a morality system to GTA 6 too, because having a morality system in video games, a lot of video games, especially Red Dead 2, Red Dead 2's case is absolutely perfect. Having a morality system in story-based games like Red Dead 2 is pretty much mandatory in my book. An example I can give you for this is GTA San Andreas, which is the respect stat for CJ. While it starts off 0, you can't recruit any gang members, and you can only recruit a certain amount. As your respect increases, you'll be able to recruit more gang members. And I actually really, really like this. Now, unlike Red Dead 2's Honored, where it can decrease depending on your actions, respect for GTA San Andreas for CJ can only decrease to a certain amount. It can't decrease all the way. But you can decrease all the way your honor in Red Dead 2. So I don't see no reason for them not to re-include honor for Red Dead Redemption 3 if they ever make Red Dead Redemption 3, because I know GTA 6 is a top priority for Rockstar right now. So, again, I'm not sure that's going to happen. But they should. Because I love the honor mechanic, both in Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. I'm surprised no one has just questioned my sanity. I've been sitting here for the past literally 4 in-game hours, so I'm surprised no one has questioned my sanity. I mean, what's going on here? Is the game bugged? What is going on here? What you doing, Pearson? Well, at first the guy looked like he was shuffling his way over here to talk to me, but no. Wow, we can just barely have all 3 of them in my view right now. That's crazy. Susan all the way to the right, Dutch all the way to the left, and we have Pearson in the middle sitting on the table. Not on the table, at the table. Silly me. Use proper grammar, Andrew. What are you doing? Again, you would think by now that we would start getting reprimanded right now, but we're not. So it is fairly interesting to see how this is playing out. It's still pretty early on. I say that it's 1 p.m., so maybe not as early as it was, but I don't know. I guess we'll go ahead and see what happens. The sun is literally shining bright now. Temperature is 51 degrees Fahrenheit. That is about as average as you can possibly get it. That's about 25 degrees Celsius. I'm pretty sure. Temperature just increased a little bit there. Well, obviously, because the sun is literally out and it's not cloudy, so it makes sense. 52 degrees. Like, I wonder, like, if you just sit here doing absolutely nothing, I just wonder, like, if you just eventually annoy the gang members so much to the point where they just kick you out of camp. I don't think that can happen. That can only happen, like, if you follow them too much, or if you stare at them too much, or if you antagonize them so much. But I am just kind of curious to see what happens here, because, like, we haven't had no one reprimand me at the moment, which is very surprising. I thought Pearson was going to say something to me just now, but he did not. He's checking the stew again. Alright. Fair enough, Pearson. Makes sense. Trying to make sure we're all fed. That makes perfect sense. I am genuinely shocked that Dutch hasn't said a word. Like, he hasn't approached me. He's literally been staring at me this entire time. Like, he's been looking over. And he literally hasn't thought to come over here and say, What you doing, Arthur? Why are you just sitting around doing nothing? I need that man of action back. Well, we're doing an experiment, Mr. Dutch Vanderland, so just sit down and think of a plan. And not the plan of going to Tahiti either. I've got a plan right here, sitting on my ass all day. So, yeah, you do that. Uh, with the plan, with the freaking plan memes coming right back at you. Like, I've literally not got up from this chair. Like, for the past. This poor chair must be, like, completely on life support at the moment. I mean, do I need to get up for them to interact with me? Because I feel like I feel like that's what needs to happen here. If I get up, like one of them will immediately interact with me. Also, I've lost eyes on Pearson. Oh, never mind. There he is. He literally just wanted. He just had to show his face as soon as I mentioned him. Unfortunately, Lenny isn't here, which is kind of sad. I wish Lenny was here. Uh, what's with the horses? Okay, the horses are going a bit crazy. That is a cause of concern. I didn't do that. I've literally been sitting here all day. My honor is still the same, which, by logic, I would think that I would have lost honor by now because I haven't attributed to the gang at all. So, yeah. Again, to me, it would just make more sense to lose honor if I'm just sitting here doing nothing, not helping the gang. But, it is what it is. It's literally 2 p.m. now. The sun is starting to go down now. And not a word has been said to me. I don't know if it's bugged. I don't know if it's glitched. I don't know if nothing is happening because I'm literally just sitting here doing nothing. Also, I've lost eyes on Susan, which is a cause for concern. She isn't in front of me. There's John. I see Abigail. I see Pearson. I see Dutch. There's Bill. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore you, Bill. Okay? You go over there, Bill. One thing I absolutely have to respect Bill for, yes, I know people hate him because he is one of the main antagonists. If I can freaking say the word correctly, he is one of the main antagonists of Red Dead 1. And you actually kill him in the first game. But one thing I have to respect Bill for is the fact that he actually likes Kane in Chapter 3. The dog that comes across the camp when you're in Chapter 3, you name Kane. Bill actually pets him. And he actually generally shows care for Kane. And that's a good part of respecting for Bill because he actually shows care for dogs, and he doesn't show like a complete he doesn't show a complete lack of selfishness, unlike fucking Micah. Pardon my French. I don't know where that horse went. That one black horse that went crazy. I don't know where it went. Okay, I am genuinely shocked that nothing has happened. Do I seriously need to get up and move to trigger something? Because this is this is crazy. Also, I find it realistic. Hold on, let me see. I find it very realistic that my cores haven't depleted at all. Like, look at this: 100%, 100%, 100%. My cores have literally not budged, and that's because I'm literally sitting down. I've been sitting down this entire time, and my cores have not been moving because of it. Great detail, Rockstar. That's a great detail if I've ever saw one. That's perfect. And I think the same thing is applying to my horse right now because my horse is literally hitched. So that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm generally shocked when it's come to approach me. I actually might need to get up and actually walk around to trigger something, so let's go ahead and do that. Plus, I'm getting kind of bored just sitting around, so let's go ahead and move. Hopefully this will trigger something. Again, I'm not allowed... I can walk, I'm just not allowed to leave the camp. As long as I walk around the camp. I'm just not allowed to leave the premises of camp for any reason. And I can't do any chores either. Or donate to the camp box. Those are the three main rules.
Mr. Morgan! Mr. Morgan! Mr. Pierce? Quite a country. Quite a country. You know, sometimes I'm glad I left the Navy. Too many men. Too many men. This world? Far more genteel, huh? I never figured running in a bunch of outlaws would be genteel. I've seen things, sir. I've seen terrible things.
Okay, well, that was our first major interaction, and it was with Pearson, which I am very happy to say. I'm glad it wasn't Dutch, at least. Which is kind of, evil of me to say. But what is going on with this horse being in camp, by the way? You're supposed to be out of camp, hitched on the hitching post. What are you doing? What are you doing, horsey? You're not supposed to be in campgrounds. Also, I can drink beer. Give me dang whiskey. Again, I can drink things. Like, I can do activities around the camp. I just can't donate. I can't help the gang in any way. And this is not helping the gang in any way. In fact, this is actually doing the opposite because I'm wasting supplies. So this is definitely fortifying the challenge. Not really a challenge, like I said, it's an experiment with a few rules. Just because you have a few rules doesn't mean that it's not a challenge. You have rules for a reason. So yeah. Because rules are fun. Because they just limit your ability to do certain things. Like I said, no chores, no donating money to the camp, and no leaving camp for any reason. Those are the three main rules. Also, I find it weird that you cannot pass out when drinking whiskey at camp. That's kind of strange. Also, my health core is pretty much empty now. It's at least red. Let me see. 13%. Yeah, that's pretty low. Okay, yeah, now it's 0. Gee, I wonder why. That was a perfect throw. Oh, that was perfect. That was actually perfect. And it looks like Bill's taking my example of being lazy, so at least I'm helping someone. Hey, let me have the dang beer. I should do a gang member tier list, like a Vanderlyn gang member tier list for Red Dead 2. That doesn't actually sound like a bad idea. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I know Hosea, Liddy, John, Sadie, and Pearson would be all S. No doubt about it. And then fucking Micah would be F tier. Or R tier for a rat, you know what I mean? That's perfect. Even though that Dutch is fucking evil, well, he's not really evil, he's just misunderstood, and he does make the game go apart. He's still way better than Micah, and I'll put him in A, at least A, if not B. Also, look at this. Like how much of a literal, like look how much of a litterer I am, dude. Yes, I got tongue twisted. Ignore it. I got tongue twisted. And now I'm sucking down these dang whiskers. Whiskers? Okay, yeah, that's strange that I said it that way, but I did. Surely by now we would have had someone comment on my sanity. Or come question to why I've been sitting in camp all day.
Hey, come on. I ain't serious.
Oh.
Just go away.
Again, you would think by now that people would just complain that I've been in camp all day. It's literally been like, well, I started this like at 9 a.m., right? It's 4 p.m. now, so that's literally 7 hours. That's 7 in-game hours just sitting around doing nothing. And not one thing has happened. And the sun is starting to go down now. You can see that the shadows starting to lengthen out now, which means the sun is going down. And the one time that Pearson did interact with me, it wasn't even negative. That's really nice. He didn't even complain. He was just wanting to have a nice conversation. That shows that Pearson is good and that he's nice. Again, you would think by now the game would just punish me and make me lose honor for just being lazy, but no. Just drinking beer. Oh yeah, just drinking beer. Again, not much has happened. I want Arthur to sing. If you don't know, sometimes when you're drunk, sometimes you'll sing. So come on. Do it, Arthur. Come on, do it. I think it happens more often when you're actually holding the whiskey in your hand. Let me try that real quick. Don't drink it all. There we go. Let's go to Pearson. Let's actually greet him.
Mr. Pearson. Hi there. Greatest grub slinger in the West. Somebody's had a tickle. Oh, what would we do without you? I should do some work. Hey, Art.
No, Dutch, we're not talking to you. You work on a plan. I'll work on dropping the dang whiskey. Dude, it literally feels like I'm role playing right now. Like I'm role playing as a drunk Arthur Morgan with rules set by that I literally cannot leave camp at all. And the other two major rules being that I cannot donate or help the camp in any way. So I cannot do chores either. I will never be sober again. Give me these dang whiskeys. Again, you would think by now.
Hey, John. Hi. I'm Brooke. Are you drunk? It's been quite a ride.
Of course, John just blatantly knows that I'm drunk. Like, of course he does.
Do you hear me? Shower's up.
Thanks, Pearson, but I'm too busy doing the whiskeys. Thank you. But I will stick to the beer, you stick to the stew. uh, Again, you would think by now the game would punish me for... Like, I literally have not left camp. For literally 8 hours now. Which, again, by now you would think that would piss off the members, but nope.
Hey, Pearson. I better drink up before you finish all the booze again. Very funny. I'm only messing with you. Well, as yours.
I swear, Arthur's drunk dialogue is just... It's the funniest thing ever. I wish John has some of the same drunk lines. He does have a few, but nowhere near as much as Arthur. Which is kind of sad, but meh. Let's do Susan now.
Ah, Susan. So angry these days.
You've been
Mercy. Come on. Mercy.
Hey, at least she knows, right? Am I right? I almost became sober there. At least she knows, like, right?
Don't forget to have some fun once in a while.
sure.
Mr. Marston? Why don't we just sit down? You ever think about the old days? Sure. Sometimes. A lot's changed since then.
I just walked right by Dutch, and he didn't say a word. I think he's getting mad. I think Dutch is getting mad. He's getting irritated. Oh, he gave me that look. He's like, he's getting. I think he's getting there. I think he's getting irritated. He's getting irritated. I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. I've literally been sitting here all day, and now I'm literally just chugging whiskey. I mean, I know Red Dead 2 is supposed to be realistic and all, but realistically, this many whiskeys would just kill someone because it is very, very, very unhealthy for the heart. So again, no offense to Rockstar because I know the game has to have a plot and everything. Because if Arthur somehow died before the end of before the events of the story even happens, then the plot would just be completely broken. There would be a plot hole. And obviously, if Arthur didn't survive long enough, then John wouldn't have. There wouldn't be a Red Dead 1. So yeah.
Miss Roberts?
Hi.
Come on, smile.
I'm fine, Arthur.
Won't kill you.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Hello.
Hi there.
I know not to mess with you.
Have you been drinking again?
See, this is what I mean.
See you later.
Also, if you want to make a game realistic, don't make it to where a case of beer or whiskey is infinite, because that's very unrealistic. Very unrealistic because one case of beer slash whiskey would normally eventually run out. So this is fairly unrealistic in my book. Also, yeah, this is becoming a big problem, and I don't think Dutch likes it. I say that, and then he says hello to me. Also, it is starting to get into the evening hours now. As you can see, it's 6 p.m. The sun is going down. Oh God. I'm going to wait until at least midnight just to see if there's any change. Because midnight, that's when the gang members start going to sleep, and I think Dutch goes to sleep last. Looks like Bill is going on watch duty. Or I should say guard duty, not fucking watch duty. What am I even saying? At the point of which I'm playing right now, I'm in chapter 2. And the only two guards that can be right now, for me at least, is either Bill or Karen. So, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Had a slight interruption. Not big, not a biggie. Not a biggie at all. Yeah, this mess needs to get cleaned up. Again, one would think by now that someone would think that I would need to have some damn therapy, or even a psychologist, to uh, get my brain checked. Because this is diabolical. Very diabolical indeed. Was that Dutch speaking just now? I've never heard his voice that deep. It sounded like it was old.
Molly,
Hi there, Arthur.
you're a quick way to sober up.
Oh, don't start with me.
So I'll leave it there.
Ain't much company right now.
There's even freaking drunk dialogue with Molly out of all characters. That is super, super strange, but I love it. Okay, no more drunk right now. No more drunky. Let's go ahead and sober up. And we need to get sober. We need to get sober, Arthur. Come on. There we go. No longer drunk.
Hi.
Yeah, it's literally 7 p.m. now. The sun is going over the horizon now as we speak. It is literally evening now. We started this experiment in the morning. It was like 9 a.m., I believe. And now it's almost 12 hours later. Over 11 hours earlier. Actually, no. 10 hours later now. 11 would be 8 p.m. What am I even saying, bro? Well, this is turning out to be kind of a underwhelming experience, not gonna lie. Because I've only had one major interaction so far, and that was with Pearson. He wasn't even complaining. Like he wasn't even complaining that we have literally little to no food. Like we have critically red food meter, by the way. So that's not very good. Also, I don't know if it's bugged, but for some reason, whenever I try to stand still, uh, Arthur has an idle animation, like a very cool, unique idle animation when you're in camp. But for some reason, it's not happening for me. Like whenever I try to stand still, it doesn't activate for me right now, which is really strange. So normally by now he would have done it, but for some reason he isn't. So yeah, very weird. Why am I not doing that cool idle animation? I'm not sure. Also, another bug that I have been noticing, and this is for at least PS5. On PS4, this works fine, but in Red Dead 2,
Hey, Arthur.
if you have a bounty in certain states, like I have one in West Elizabeth, I also have one in Lemoyne. If you pay off bounties in Red Dead 2, you're supposed to earn honor. But I've been noticing that whenever I pay off my bounties, I don't actually earn honor. And I think it's bugged. At least for PS5. On PS4 it works fine, but on PS5 it's bugged. At least on PS5. It's bugged. And the sun is starting to go down now. As you can see, it is 8 p.m. It's starting to get dark. You can start to hear the crickets. And not a single word has been said by Dutch. Or freaking Susan. So, there's Sadie.
Hey there.
We're just going to ignore you, Karen. Okay, why did Mr. Pearson sound like freaking Hosea just now? That was weird. Hosea's in front of me. He's right there. But why did Pearson just sound like Hosea? That was really strange. Also, this is the first time I have not seen Dutch standing at his post. Like, that's very strange because usually he's there, so. Yeah. What in the world are you doing, Dutch? Uh, okay, I think Dutch was derped up there for a moment. He was just standing there for a moment. He was. I think his AI just kind of derped out there. It was supposed to do something, but it didn't do it correctly, and he just. He kind of derped out for a moment there. Yeah, it is officially. It's 8:47. Yeah, I think we can officially say it's nighttime now. Uh, it's into the late evening hours now, as you can see. And so far, nothing has happened. Again, we've only had that one interaction, that one major interaction with Pearson. That's it. It wasn't even complaining. It was him just having a nice little special dialogue with me. It wasn't even him complaining, which I find wholesome. Again, if it was Dutch or Susan, it would be nothing but complaining. So yeah, I'm gonna have to end this part here. This is gonna be a part two experiment slash video. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next experiment video in part two. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.